girl T. So I want to come on here and talk about the whole Taye Diggs situation. So a lot of folks have been going in on Taye Diggs the past few days. So unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure you guys have heard that Taye Diggs came out with an announcement. He's the author of a book called Black Like Me, and then he came out with a second book called Mixed Like Me. And he's teaching mixed people to be proud of their heritage, to be proud of both halves. And as we all know, Taye Diggs has a biracial son by a white woman, and he wants his son to be acknowledged as a biracial child and not a black child. So this caused a lot of controversy. A lot of folks were upset. A lot of people felt some type of way, and they're saying, why are you even going there with this entire situation? I want you guys to go ahead and check out some of these comments and what folks have to say, and I'm gonna come back with the rest of my commentary. Alright, so you guys just saw the comments of what people had to say. Now, as you guys know, I've addressed this before with the whole biracial situation. I do not consider biracial people black. Never have, and I never will. I don't care what anybody says, because like I said before, if a biracial woman is a black woman, then what the hell am I? You know what I'm saying? When I look at somebody like Kat on Black Ink Crew, who is black and Korean, when I look at her, I don't see a black woman, I see a Korean woman. So I'm not going to claim her as a black woman. And I feel like sometimes as black people, we want to claim everybody as our own, even though they're not even quick to claim us. Just like with Amber Rose and her racially ambiguous ass, you have black folks who will fight you if you don't claim Amber Rose, and who will sweep her down that Amber Rose is black. But Amber Rose has said several times that she does not consider herself black. She considers herself multiracial and everything but black. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense because her heritage, she only has like a little bit of black in her. I feel like sometimes we're just so quick to claim so many other races, as opposed to just saying, you know what? Okay, that person is biracial, that person is mixed, so what? Now, with that being said, I have to ask where Taye Diggs is coming from. I don't feel like this is coming from a genuine place, honestly. I feel like this discussion is stupid. So many people have stated this before. It's almost like he's feeling some type of way because his son does not necessarily look biracial. When I look at Taye Diggs' son, he just looks like a little light-skinned black boy to me. He doesn't have like green eyes. He doesn't have, super silky hair. He doesn't have sandy brown hair. He just looks like a little light-skinned boy to me. I wouldn't look at that little boy. If I didn't know that Taye Diggs was his father, I would not look at him and think that he was mixed or he was biracial. And I feel like that's what's really bothering Taye Diggs. I feel like he's upset because his son did not get those so-called quote-unquote biracial features. And it's always funny when black folks get in their feelings when they get with other races and they assume that their child is just going to look completely like that other race. You know what I'm saying? They're going to come out with green eyes and light skin and, good hair and all that bullshit. And then when they have that child, the child looks just like them. The child is just as dark as they are. Or the child has kinky hair. Or the child has dark brown eyes. Or the child does not even look biracial whatsoever. I know black folks like that who have gotten upset because they felt like, oh, well, now that they're with this white woman or they're with this white man, all of a sudden their kids are going to get these features, and then the kids don't, because they forget your black features, your black genes are part of that child's genes. You never know how your children are going to come out, period. And when I look at Taye Diggs' son, his hair is just as nappy as my hair. You know what I mean? I don't look at him and see a biracial child. So he needs to be upfront and honest. While his child has the right to claim whatever he wants to claim, just because I don't consider biracial people mixed does not mean that I have the right to tell biracial people what they should consider themselves. I've never been one of those people. If you are biracial and you consider yourself black, by all means, you have every right to do that. Just like if you're biracial and you consider yourself white, by all means, you have every right to do that. Nobody should clown you or call you a self-hater because you see yourself more white than you see yourself more black, even though you have half and half in you. I feel like people have the right to see themselves how they see themselves, point blank, period. But with that being said, in the society that we live in, people are going to judge you off of your features. So when you look at Taye Diggs' son, he looks like a light-skinned black boy. So most likely when people see him and as he grows up, he's going to be considered black. People are not going to necessarily think that he's biracial. But then when you look at somebody like Kat from Black Ink Crew, when I see her, her dad is black and her mom is Asian. But she clearly looks more Asian. She has straight hair. She has the Asian teeth, the Asian mouth. She has the eyes. When I look at Kat, I don't see a black woman. Even her shape is shaped like an Asian woman. To me, she looks like an Asian when I see her. You know, so I think a lot of it is just physically how we see people. You know, certain people, they tend to look more white. Just like with Amber Rose. When I look at her, I don't see a black woman. I don't care what she does with her body. I see a white woman. I don't see a black woman when I look at Amber Rose. You know, but then you have black folks who will look at Kim Kardashian. They'll say, well, they see a black woman when they see Kim Kardashian. I see a white woman. So, you know, for a lot of people, perception is reality. You know, so sometimes people forget that when you have biracial children, they can take on more the black phenotype than the white phenotype. And while I agree with Taye Diggs that his son is biracial and it's okay for his son to acknowledge himself as a biracial, as opposed to saying that he's just black, you know, while I do agree with that, he does have the right to, you know, acknowledge himself as a biracial child. But like I said, I don't feel like Taye Diggs is coming from a genuine place. I feel like he's just trying to distance himself. I feel like he's just trying to make it known, like, my child is mixed. My child is not black. I feel like he has a lot of issues with how he grew up. He talks about how people made fun of him for being dark-skinned and how white women only wanted him and black women didn't pay him any attention because of his skin tone. So I feel like he's holding on to like a lot of issues and a lot of baggage from childhood. And he's trying to, you know, put those insecurities, or he's trying to make those insecurities not come out in his son. You know, but he needs to realize with his son's features, most people are going to consider his son a light-skinned black kid before they consider him biracial. So anyways, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. How do you feel about what Taye Diggs had to say? Do you feel like his son, you know, looks biracial? Do you feel like he looks more black? And then how do you feel about the fact that he's announcing to the world that he wants his son to be considered biracial, when really he should just leave it up to his son and stop making such an announcement, because it's just really not that big a deal. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.